Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always excited to explore something new.
Well, today we're tackling side hustles, but not just any side hustles.
Oh, do tell.
We're focusing on side hustles for teachers. And get this, our main source is an article titled 63 Flexible Side Hustles for Teachers Who Want to Make Extra Money.
Wow, 63. That's quite a list.
Right. So many options.
Hmm.
But that's where we come in. We'll help sort through them, maybe uncover some hidden gems, ideas you might not have thought of.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that perfect fit, a side hustle that matches your skills, your interests, and your time. Because we know teachers are busy.
For sure. So let's jump right in. Okay, first up, something many teachers are already familiar with, platforms like Teachers Pay Teachers.
Ah, yes, the classic.
You create those awesome lesson plans. Why not share them with a wider audience? Earn some passive income along the way. Create once, and the rewards keep coming in.
True, passive income is appealing. But I do want to mention that earnings on platforms like Teachers Pay Teachers, well, they can vary a lot.
Oh, for sure.
It depends on the quality demand for the subject. Even marketing plays a role.
Good point. It's not like a guaranteed moneymaker, but if you're already creating fantastic lessons, why not share them? And hey, maybe earn
Yeah.
some extra cash. Now, speaking of sharing knowledge, there's always tutoring, right?
Always a solid option.
Both online and in person. Flexible, good hourly rates.
And with the focus on standardized tests these days, tutoring's in high demand, SATs, ACTs, all that.
Absolutely. It's a field where teachers' expertise truly shines. And speaking of things taking off, online teaching has exploded in recent years.
It really has opened up so many possibilities, connecting with students from all over, sharing knowledge with such a diverse audience.
It's amazing. And ESL, teaching English as a second language, that's particularly hot right now. Platforms like italki, Reply,
Yeah.
connecting teachers with learners worldwide. The earning potential is impressive.
It can be, yes. Though I should say, those platforms, often there's a preference for native English speakers.
Right.
But don't be discouraged. If you've got expertise in a specific subject, a unique skill set, there's probably a niche for you out there.
Niche markets, that's a great point. Finding your sweet spot.
Hmm.
Okay, let's step outside the education world for a bit. How about the gig economy?
Ah, the gig economy. So much flexibility. You set your own hours, be your own boss.
Ah,
Very appealing.
right. The article mentions ride sharing, like Uber and Lyft, food delivery with DoorDash, Uber Eats. You're in control. Earn money on your terms.
True, the flexibility is great, but gotta be realistic. Driving for those services, it can be tough on your car. Wear and tear. And then there's gas, maintenance, insurance.
Yeah, important things to factor in. Got to make sure it makes sense financially. What about those personal shopping services? Shipped, Instacart?
Mm.
They're everywhere now.
They are super convenient for busy people who need help with groceries. Good hourly earnings, but you're on your feet a lot. Lifting, carrying, something to keep in mind.
Good point. Got to be in decent shape for those grocery runs. But definitely an option worth exploring. Okay, time to tap into that teacher creativity. Ever thought about writing and publishing an ebook?
Fantastic idea. Teachers have so much knowledge, unique insights into education. Why not share that with a wider audience?
Exactly. Compile those lesson plans, create a classroom management guide. The possibilities are endless. Platforms like Kindle Direct Publishing make self-publishing so accessible.
Self-publishing can be really rewarding, but you've got to approach it strategically. Editing, formatting, marketing, it all plays a role.
You're right, it's not just writing. You want your ebook to look good, reach the right audience. Speaking of captivating, what about Etsy? It's a creative haven and I think a perfect spot for teachers.
I agree. Teachers have such a knack for creating engaging materials.
Totally. Design classroom decor, create educational games, printable resources. Turn that creativity into a profitable side hustle.
It's a competitive marketplace, though. Research is key. Find your niche, make your product stand out.
Research is key. Great advice. Now, let's talk about leveraging existing skills, like offering lessons.
So many teachers have artistic talents, specialized skills they could share.
Exactly. Music lessons, art classes, dance. Turn your passion into a side hustle.
And it's a great way to connect with people, share that love for a subject, and earn some income.
Plus the flexibility. In person, online, travel to students. It can adapt to your schedule.
That adaptability is crucial for teachers, absolutely.
Okay, we've covered teaching gigs, creative pursuits, the gig economy. Ready for something perfect for teachers? The sharing economy.
Ah, yes, the sharing economy, all about maximizing the use of what you already have.
Exactly. Teachers are often looking for ways to supplement their income. So imagine this, you've got that spare room just sitting there, why not turn it into passive income?
Airbnb, Vrbo, they make it so easy to rent out your space.
You set your rates, create your listing, manage bookings, all online.
It's a great way to make your home work for you, especially if you're in a touristy area or even just when you're out of town.
Right. Imagine you come back from a relaxing trip and your house has earned money to cover it. That's the magic of the sharing economy.
Definitely a win-win. You enjoy your vacation, your house earns while you're away.
And the article suggests renting out other things too.
Hmm.
Your car on Turo, storage space on Neighbor, even your swimming pool on Swimply.
It's incredible, all those potential income streams just waiting to be unlocked.
Like a treasure hunt for hidden cash.
Yeah.
But as always, do your research, understand those terms and conditions, make sure you're comfortable with the risks.
Absolutely. Approach any side hustle with caution. Make informed decisions.
Okay, ready for a gear shift. Time to explore some less conventional but equally intriguing side hustle options.
Always up for something different. Side hustles come in all shapes and sizes after all.
Exactly. This article throws some curveballs. For instance, what about becoming a referee or umpire?
Now that's something you don't hear every day.
Right. Stay active, get involved in your community, earn some cash.
And for anyone who loves sports, understands the rules, it's a great fit.
And it can be pretty lucrative, especially evenings and weekends when most games are.
You're a part of the action, plus you get paid.
Okay.
I'm intrigued. What else is there?
How about this? User testing. Apparently you can get paid to test out websites, apps, and give feedback.
User testing is so important for any digital product. Companies are always looking for real people to provide honest feedback.
Right. You help shape technology, and you get paid for your insights.
Plus, it's a fun way to explore new tech, see how things work behind the scenes.
Okay, this next one's for those with a knack for language. The article suggests transcribing or captioning audio and video content for platforms like Rev.
Transcription and captioning, essential services, making content accessible to a wider audience.
Exactly. And it's perfect if you enjoy working with language, have a good typing speed, set your own hours, work from home.
Super flexible, and you really hone those grammar and punctuation skills.
All right, last one from this unconventional bunch, temp work.
Ah, the temp agency route. Always a good option for short-term work.
Right. It fits around your existing commitments. Plus, you never know what you'll find. Admin work, events, customer service.
You gain experience, network, and who knows, you might even discover a new passion.
So there you have it. From teaching gigs to creative pursuits, the sharing economy, and even those under-the-radar options, the possibilities are endless.
It's incredible how many ways there are to earn extra income these days. It's amazing.
Truly is. But imagine some of our listeners might be feeling a little overwhelmed. So many choices.
Okay.
So what's next? How do we help them narrow it down?
Well, the article provides some helpful advice. It suggests asking yourself a few key questions to find the perfect side hustle for you.
Well, I like that. Key questions. Sounds like a good framework.
Yeah.
What's the first one we should be thinking about?
The article starts with a simple but powerful question. What do you love?
Ooh, I like it already.
Think about your passions, hobbies, what makes you tick outside the classroom. Is it photography, writing, crafting, coaching? Chances are you can turn that passion into a side hustle.
That makes so much sense. Find something you love, it won't even feel like work. All right, what's the next question? What else should we be considering?
Next, the article prompts you to think about your resources. What do you have access to that you could potentially monetize? A spare room, a car, a swimming pool. Maybe you're super organized and could offer professional organizing services. Sometimes the perfect side hustle is right in front of you.
Ooh, I like that. It's about looking around and seeing the potential in what you already have.
Yeah.
Okay, what else should we be asking ourselves? What's next?
Time, my friend, time. The article really emphasizes this. How much time are you realistically willing to commit to a side hustle each week?
Yeah, being honest with ourselves about our schedules is key. We can't burn the candle at both ends.
Exactly. Be honest about your schedule and your energy levels. It's important to find that balance.
All right, so we've got our what we love, our resources, and our time commitment. What's the final question to consider? What wraps it all up?
This last one is all about your why. Why are you even seeking a side hustle in the first place? Is it to earn extra income for a specific goal, like a dream vacation or paying off debt? Or is it more about exploring a new passion, gaining experience, adding variety to your life?
That's a powerful question. Really getting clear on your motivation can help you stay focused, make choices that align with your goals.
Exactly. A side hustle isn't just about making extra cash. It's about enriching your life in a way that feels meaningful.
So, after this first part of our deep dive into side hustles, what's the biggest takeaway for our listeners? What should they be thinking about right now?
That there's a side hustle out there for everyone. Whether you're a creative soul, a tech enthusiast, a natural-born organizer, or just someone eager to explore and generate some income, the possibilities are truly endless.
I love that. It's about tapping into those passions, those skills you already have, and being open to new experiences. And remember, it's not just about the money, it's about personal growth, expanding your horizons, maybe even discovering hidden talents.
That's what makes this journey so exciting. You never know what you might find.
So true. So as we wrap up this first part, we have one final thought for you. What unexpected side hustle could you excel at? Something that combines your unique skills and interests with maybe, just maybe, a little bit of that teacher magic you bring to everything you do.
What's that hidden talent? Your secret passion? That thing you're amazing at that others might not even know about?
Think about it. And if you're willing to share, let us know. Maybe we'll feature your story in a future deep dive. Until then, happy hustling.
Mm.
All right, so we talked about some pretty practical side hustles so far, but you know what teachers are amazing at? Creativity.
Oh, absolutely.
And this article, it's packed with ideas on how to turn that creativity into a side gig.
It makes sense. Teachers are constantly coming up with engaging lessons, designing those bulletin boards, finding ways to make learning fun. It's natural that spills over, right?
Exactly. And one avenue that stands out is publishing an ebook. Think about all the knowledge you've accumulated over the years.
It's true. Teachers have a wealth of experience.
You could write about teaching strategies, classroom management, or even compile your best lesson plans.
And self-publishing has become so much easier. Platforms like Kindle Direct Publishing, you can reach a global audience. Share that expertise with educators worldwide.
It's amazing, right? Leave your mark on education. Plus, it feels good to know you're helping other teachers. But even if writing a whole book feels daunting,
There are other options, for sure.
the article mentions Etsy, and I think this is where teachers can really shine.
Oh, absolutely. Etsy is fantastic for anyone who loves to make and sell unique items.
Mm.
And teachers, they just have a knack for creating things that are both beautiful and functional.
Right. Think about all the classroom decorations you've made. You could be selling those on Etsy. Or design printable worksheets, educational games, teacher planners.
So many possibilities.
It's a great way to tap into that artistic side, build a small business, and potentially earn some income.
It is, but Etsy can be competitive. You've got to do your research, find your niche, what are teachers looking for, what's in demand.
That's a great point. You want to make sure you're creating something people actually want to buy. Okay, now speaking of skills you already have, let's talk about offering lessons.
Makes sense. Build on what you know.
If you play an instrument, have a knack for art, or a talented dancer, you can share that passion and get paid for it.
It's so rewarding, not just earning money, but passing on your skills, inspiring others.
And the flexibility is amazing. In-person lessons, online, you can even travel to students' homes.
It can really fit into any schedule.
Okay, so we've talked about active side hustles, creating, teaching. But what if you're looking for something a little more passive? Something that generates income even while you're, I don't know, sleeping?
Ah, I see where you're going with this.
The sharing economy might be the answer. It's all about making the most of your underutilized assets.
Using what you already have, smart.
Exactly. And the article gives some great examples, like if you have a spare room, rent it out on Airbnb or Vrbo.
Those platforms have made it so easy to become a host.
You set your own rates, choose your guests, manage everything online. It's amazing.
It really is. And think about it, you're not using that spare room anyway.
Right. So why not let it earn you some cash? Especially if you live in a tourist destination or a popular city, you could make a decent amount.
Definitely. It's a nice way to supplement income and relatively low effort once you set it up.
Plus, it's kind of fun to meet people from all over.
Yeah.
You know what's even cooler? You're not limited to just a room. Rent out your whole house if you're going on vacation.
That's right. Come home from a trip and your house has practically paid for itself.
Talk about a win-win.
Yeah.
But the sharing economy doesn't stop there. The article mentions renting out other things. Your car on Turo.
Turo, like Airbnb, but for cars.
Exactly. List your car, set your rates. People rent it when they need a vehicle.
Perfect for those who have a second car that just sits there. Or maybe you only use yours on weekdays and could rent it out on weekends.
Exactly. It's about thinking outside the box.
Making your assets work for you.
And they mentioned some unique platforms, like Neighbor, where you can rent out storage space,
That's a good one if you have extra space in your garage, basement, attic.
turning clutter into cash. And if you have a swimming pool, you can even rent that out on Swimply.
Wow, I had no idea.
It's amazing what people are willing to pay for, especially during those hot summer months.
So many possibilities. And it seems like the sharing economy is constantly evolving. Who knows what other platforms will pop up?
It's an exciting time to be exploring these options, but before you dive in, remember,
Do your research.
yes, understand those terms and conditions, be aware of the risks, make sure you're comfortable.
And it's a good idea to check with your school district too, just to be sure there aren't any policies about side hustles, to make sure everything's above board.
Great point. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of mainstream side hustles, but this article, it also mentions some options that are a little off the beaten path.
Oh, I love that. Sometimes the most unexpected things can be the most rewarding.
For instance, have you ever thought about becoming a referee or an umpire?
Now, that's a side hustle that combines a love of sports with an opportunity to earn some extra cash.
And it's a great way to stay active, be involved in your community. You're out there on the field, making the calls, keeping things fair.
It's a position of authority. You need a good understanding of the rules, but it can be a lot of fun, especially if you're passionate about a sport.
You get paid to watch games. What's not to love? Okay, here's another one that might surprise you. User testing.
User testing. Interesting.
Apparently, you can get paid to test websites, apps, other digital products, and provide feedback on your experience.
User testing is becoming so important. Companies want to make sure their stuff is user-friendly, and they're willing to pay for that feedback.
Exactly. You're part of shaping technology and get paid for your insights.
Plus, it's a fun way to see what's new, how things work behind the scenes.
Okay, if you have a knack for language and attention to detail, the article suggests transcribing or captioning.
Ah, those are essential services, making audio and video content accessible to a wider audience.
Exactly. There are platforms that connect transcribers and captioners with clients. You can often set your own hours, work from home,
Another flexible option? Nice.
and a great way to hone those grammar and punctuation skills.
Mm,
Okay, one last option from this unconventional bunch, temp work.
good old temp agencies. They're always around.
Right, they connect you with short-term assignments. It's great for gaining experience, trying out new roles, seeing what you like.
And you never know, a temp job could lead to something more permanent. It's a good way to keep your options open, make some connections.
So as you can see, the possibilities really are endless.
Hmm.
It's amazing how many different ways there are to earn extra income these days.
It is, but I imagine some of our listeners might be thinking, okay, where do I even begin? With so many options, it can be overwhelming.
Absolutely. So what advice do you have for our listeners who are ready to take that plunge into the world of side hustles? What should they be thinking about?
Well, the first step is, I think, the most important. Think about your why. Why are you seeking a side hustle? What's the motivation behind it?
You're right. Getting clear on that why can make all the difference.
Yeah.
Is it to earn extra income for a specific goal, like a vacation, down payment on a house, paying off debt?
Or is it something else? Maybe it's to explore a new passion, gain experience in a different field, maybe just add some variety to life.
Exactly. That why will guide your decisions, help you choose a side hustle that truly aligns with your goals.
Because a side hustle shouldn't just be about the money. It should be something you enjoy, something that brings you fulfillment.
Absolutely. So once you've got that why figured out, what's next?
Yeah.
How do we narrow down these options and actually choose a side hustle?
Well, the article offers some great advice for that, too. It suggests asking yourself a few key questions, questions that help you pinpoint the perfect side hustle for you.
Ooh, key questions. I like that. It's like a roadmap. Okay, so what's the first question we should be asking ourselves?
It is. It's like a roadmap to help you navigate all those options.
Okay, so walk us through it. What's the first question on this roadmap?
It starts with something we've touched on already. What do you enjoy doing?
Ah, so we're circling back to that passion piece. Makes sense.
It's crucial. Your side hustle, it shouldn't feel like a chore. It should be something you genuinely enjoy, something that energizes you.
I completely agree. It should light you up. So think about those hobbies, those things you're naturally drawn to. What makes you excited?
Right. And see if any of those could translate into a side hustle. If you love reading, maybe you start a book review blog or offer editing services. If fitness is your thing, perhaps personal training or teaching yoga classes. The possibilities, they really are endless.
They are. Okay, so we've considered our passions. What's the next question on our roadmap? What else should we be thinking about?
Well, once you've got a sense of what you love, think about your skills. What are you good at? What comes naturally to you?
Ooh, I like that. Playing to our strengths. What are those talents we already possess? Those are clues to potential side hustles.
Exactly. If you're a great communicator, maybe freelance writing or virtual assisting is a good fit. Tech savvy, perhaps website design or tech support. The key is to find something that leverages those existing skills.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the things we love and the things we're good at. What's the next crucial question? What else is on this roadmap?
Time. This one's huge.
Yeah.
How much time can you realistically commit to a side hustle?
Yeah, got to be honest with ourselves here. We're all busy. We all have other commitments. It's about choosing a side hustle that fits into our lives, not one that takes over.
Absolutely. Be realistic about your schedule and your energy levels too. Don't overcommit. It's bound to start small and gradually increase your workload as you get more comfortable. And remember, it's okay to say no to opportunities if they don't work with your available time.
Such great advice.
Uh,
Okay, so we've covered our passions, skills, and time commitment. What's the final question to help us make this decision? What wraps it all up?
the final question is all about your why. Why are you even considering a side hustle? What's driving this decision?
I love that question. It really gets to the heart of things. Getting clear on your motivation, it helps you stay focused, make choices that actually align with your goals.
Exactly. Are you doing it to reach a specific financial goal? A vacation, a down payment, paying off debt?
Or is it something else? Maybe it's about exploring a passion, trying something new, gaining experience in a different field, maybe just adding some variety to your life.
Whatever it is, that why will be your guiding light. It's what'll keep you going when things get challenging. So take the time to reflect on it, really understand your motivation.
This has been such a helpful framework. Those 4 questions, they really give you a clear path to follow.
They do. And once you've answered them honestly, you'll have a much clearer picture of what kind of side hustle is right for you.
And just to reiterate, there's no right or wrong answer here. The perfect side hustle is the one that brings you joy, that feeling of accomplishment, that sense of fulfillment.
Exactly. So, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of side hustles for teachers, we want to leave you with one final thought. What unexpected side hustle could you excel at?
Ooh, I love that. It's time to think outside the box.
What are those hidden talents, those secret passions, those things you're amazing at that maybe even you haven't fully realized yet?
Right. Maybe you're a coding whiz and could create your own app, or have a knack for photography and could start a photography business.
The possibilities are limitless. Don't be afraid to dream big.
So true. And if you're willing to share those dreams, let us know. Maybe we'll feature your story in a future deep dive. But until then, happy hustling, everyone.